Hi, this is Will Henriquez recording responses for Andrew Henriquez's senior exit project about the impact of theater. The first question that Andrew asked me was, how did you get involved in theater? Was it through school? The answer is absolutely, it was through school. So the first performance I was ever in was Romeo and Harriet, which was a musical take on Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. And I was in the fifth grade, and it was a phenomenal experience that really showed me the culture and got me closely connected to a lot of students in my class. And I really learned that I had a love for presentation and being in front of a crowd and exploring different people. And from that period on, I have acted pretty consistently since fifth grade, growing my skills and having the opportunity to learn a lot about myself and a lot about character development, presentation skills, interpersonal skills, things like that. So it's been a pretty big impact on my life so far. The second question that I'm being asked was, how has theater shaped you? So I touched on this a little bit earlier, but I really think theater has built my confidence immensely. The ability to be in front of people, present your ideas clearly and concisely, is a really valuable skill that theater taught me. Another major thing that I learned throughout the theatrical process was more or less how to take a different person's point of view and learn a lot about what other people think, how they approach problems, and kind of investing in that as you learn about the different characters that you take on. And I've tried to incorporate that into my own life, and be open to learning more and thinking deeply about the comments that other people make. The third question is, how does your theater background help you in daily life? So my daily life, I'm a consultant for Deloitte, and my every single day I have to present to my peers, to my superiors, and to the client. And theater really has helped me become more confident in my ability to convey an idea. And it's also made me a much more empathetic person. Every time I go into a room or a situation, I try to challenge myself and put myself in the shoes of others. And that really helps me in my job be able to understand the concerns, the fears, and the goals of other people so that I can act accordingly in those situations. The fourth question that I'm being asked is, how will your theater background affect your career later on? So, as I have entered into Deloitte, I've noticed in particular that the more senior individuals at my company really spend a lot of time in client-facing roles. Currently, I spend a fair amount of time building models and things like that. But as you progress in my career, and I think in any career more largely, you're forced to interact with people every single day. You become responsible for not only the work, but the relationship between the person that's receiving that work. And theater is all about relationships. It's about responding at the right time with the right response, and making it an honest and shared experience. And I think that the further I go in my career, the more important it's going to be for me, to have serious and sincere conversations, no matter how difficult they may be. And I think theater has really helped prepare me for that. The fifth question is, why should kids be involved in theater? I think it's amazing and very important for children to get involved in theater as early as possible, primarily because for two reasons. One, it's a huge self-confidence boost. To be able to get on stage, deliver your lines confidently, and be applauded for it is something that helps build a child's attitude, and it gives them really good perspective on kind of self-worth after they accomplish a major task. And the second is community building. No show or theater activity is put on alone. There are directors, there's stage builders, there's choral and ensemble pieces, and there's everyone throughout the process. And I think it's an exceptionally collaborative art form. And teaching that collaboration at an early age is something that is invaluable for the future and will really help a child grow and develop more. The sixth question is, does theater have to lead to a career in the arts? I think absolutely not. I always found it interesting when people were like, "Oh, you're acting in college. Do you want to go to Broadway or act professionally?" That was never a personal aspiration of mine. It was just something that I loved and it was a passion and I took a lot away from. I believe theater has an immensely large number of transferable skills that individuals can access and use in the future. And absolutely, you can enjoy it and get immense value without making a full time career out of it. But it's also a very valid full time career, as it's important to educate people on different challenges throughout the world. And theater gives you a little glimpse into other people's lives and helps bring that perspective. The seventh question is, what message would you like to send to kids interested in theater? I would like to pass on the message that you should invest fully and completely in your art form. I think that theater is something that is becoming even more important in today's society as people get more polarized and isolated, and we only hear the same rhetoric again and again and again. That the opportunity to present a story that will make people uncomfortable and make people think is such a beneficial talent and skill to have, that theater these days will carry an even greater impact moving forward. And if you're interested in theater and you're enjoying it now, you should absolutely continue it and pursue it with passion. And the eighth and final question is, discuss theater and my life in general and how it still incorporates it into my daily life outside of work. So I'm still a big patron of the arts. I go to theater shows as often as I can. I've recently been to a lot of children's theater shows thanks to my brother, who's very involved there. So I've gotten to see young individuals pursuing the art of theater. I've also been excited because I think theater, particularly Broadway musicals, are pushing the boundaries. Great shows like Hamilton have really educated people and broken stereotypical boundaries around casting and brought a level of coolness to history and the important foundation of our country. So I think that there are a lot of great ways in general that apply to the broader world as a whole that have really made theater an impactful art form, and I expect it to only grow. So those were all 8 questions that were asked, and I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts around the impact of theater both on my life personally and the larger world as a whole. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.